Sorry about noise, but we're having a party. And what do we look like inside? Oh, look at that beautiful bread.
Slap some turkey on it.
Yep, turkey on it, and we're good to go. last video, people said they had never seen a percolator before or wondered how it worked. And basically, you've got your tube. When you put your water in, it'll spit the hot boiling water up into the coffee grounds on the top. This is warm water, so it's going to get it perking a lot quicker. You take the percolator part, you got a spot for grounds, and because the new innovation of having a filter, it'll keep you from seeing all the grounds in your coffee cup. And then you load it up just like you would a instant coffee maker. It automatically boils the water and pushes it through the grounds. Like I say, this was not meant to have a paper liner filter, but because of today's modern technology, we do have the option to having it. This is a diversion plate that lets the water drop evenly over the grounds. So we'll go ahead and make coffee. Putting the handle to the cooler spot so you can grab it later. In the old days, they always had hot water ready to go. So since I took water out, I'll add water again. Keeping that tradition alive, having hot water. Been an hour since I checked the fire, and as you can see, it's very well burnt down, but we'll throw some wood in and it'll catch right up again. Well, that didn't take long. Got the coffee perking. And we do a turkey in the oven. My wife says it needs to be 325. And it's 325. But I think I have to move that oven rack. Well, with this oven, the only way you can get that in there is to take the rack out. I've got a rack laying on the bottom. And it closes. We're good to go. So I have a turbo boil on the coffee. And on a wood cook stove, the way you cool it down is move it away from the fire. You see there it's settled down. Because we were hot from the burner and cooling as we go away from the fire. That's one hot stove today. Need it for the turkey. Check that fire real quick. We're burning pretty good already. And on the controls, we got the flue control here. I close it to 3/4. I see smoke from the back there. That tells me to open it up just a little. It's how the old timers controlled everything on their stoves. It's by what it was doing. The turkey did go in at 11 o'clock. It was 3:25, the temperature inside. If you leave that oven door open very long on a wood cook stove, you lose all your heat. It's not like an electric range or a gas range that will replenish that heat right away. So it is something important to keep in mind when you're working with a wood cook stove. Yeah, we'll check the temperature. Yeah, just like I thought, we're a little high, so I'll leave that door open a little bit. I do have the flue down, the oven gate on, and the air to the fire all the way off. And we're going to control this fire and stove a little bit the old-fashioned way. I am losing heat very quickly in the oven being opened. Down to 350 now. Wife says cook it at 325, so I'm going to add less wood the next time I add wood. Just keep that fire down. And we're getting 325. We'll keep an eye on that. We don't need everything getting too hot. I did put a pot of the gizzard necks and whatnot on, and had to move it all the way to the edge to simmer it. We're getting things cooked though. Now let's check the fire quickly. I did put one piece of wood in, so we got coals in there plus one piece of wood. I do have the flue all the way down. I've got the oven gate on and the damper all the way down. And my oven is 325. So just adding one piece of wood now and again should keep coals going and the fire going enough to keep that oven at 325. Just do that for about 4.5, 5 hours. And the best part of watching that stove and that turkey, that's right, cup of Folgers. We're going to enjoy that. And I do have one more project I'm going to work with today using the self-rising flour and make me a pan bread in a cast iron fry pan. Doing that in the oven. It's been an hour and a half. I'm going to check on that fire. Yep, nicely. Got a nice log in there. Check on the oven here. And we're at 325. Perfect. I think we might have this just putting a little bit of wood in at a time. I have the flue at 3/4, the oven gate closed, and just a little bit of air in the side box. Well, the turkey's been in there for 3 hours. I think what I'm going to do is turn it around. That way if I have a hot spot in the oven, there. There's a rack on the bottom. Oh, look at that. 3 hours. Looking good. Now it's been 4.5 hours here. And we're at 275 on our temperature, and the button is popped on the turkey. I was hoping to get some juices to baste that a little bit, but oh, doesn't that look good? Come on in here and take a look. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Loving that. Like I say, we're at 275 on the temperature, just keeping it warm because it is done. Oh yes, that's one wonderful bird. We got butter for you too, you little butter ball. I've got the temperature down on the oven here just because we're done. It's always better to be done before dinner than it is to be dinner not done. Of course, this would be my gravy butter. Sorry about the noise, but we're having a party. And what do we look like inside? Oh, look at that beautiful bread.
Slap some turkey on it.
Yep, turkey on it, and we're good to go.